Blessed Sunday to you all. This is Autumn with Prayer Privilege, and thank you for listening to another Prayer Privilege podcast episode. This is going to be a real and honest episode. I have been feeling like the heaviness of doing right can be so painfully sober. It says in the word, be vigilant and be sober, right? And there's something about being sober, not just physically, not just in a physical sense, but in a spiritual sense that can be so heavy, and feeling like you are dying to your old self, you're killing the flesh, you're letting things go that God is calling you to let go can be really painful, and feeling like things have been forfeited and you're trying to walk in freedom, wanting to be righteous, but your soul feeling so weary that you want to rebel, tired but still treading. These are things that we may all feel on the Christian walk. And it's something that I have been talking to God about lately, is that, and it's why one of the scriptures, don't get weary in well doing. Well, guess what? We sometimes may feel weary in well doing. And I think for me personally, to get really for real transparent, it's like I'm in that space where it's like, it feels like I'm letting go of so much, but I'm still not seeing anything different, anything new, I'm waiting for the new to spring forth. I'm waiting for what God's version is of the things that I have let go. And that space can be one of those heart-wrenching spaces. It's kind of like, I don't want to compare myself to Job, and I don't want to say I'm in a Job season, because I don't believe it's that. However, the resemblance of it is that when Job was going through what he was going through and everything was taken away, and then we hear at the very end of Job, in Job, if you read Job, it's not a short book. Okay, so at the very end of the last chapter, is when it said God blessed his situation, right? So I feel like I'm at that beginning part where he's starting to feel like, well, why, God? Why is this happening to me? He didn't curse God, but he was asking, God, why? Why is this happening? And at the very end of the chapter is when he blessed him for all of the things that he went through and the endurance that he withstood throughout those situations and those trials. That's what it feels like. And if y'all were to open up y'all Bibles right now and you look at the very first chapter of Job and you look at the very last chapter, it's a lot of books in between. If y'all could do that and comment down below the last chapter number, I would be so happy, so that I can get the remembrance, because right now I can't pull that up. But for the people who can pull it up, drop it in the comments for the others. So yeah, I feel like it's that. And I just want to say to anyone who feels like they are in a resembling space, they're resonating with the resemblance of this, I am sending God's strength over to you. Praying for God's strength to be sent over to you. I am praying that whenever you feel like that tendency of the flesh is springing up, that you would lean into trust with God. And for me, that's been looking like journaling. For me, that's been looking like trying to cry. Sometimes it don't come out, or, it's not there. But it often looks like, God, this ain't fun. Just saying it to him like, God, this is not fun. This is not very for life of you. That's what it's been looking like for me. And I just wanted to share that. And I wanted to hold space for anyone feeling that. And I wanted to hold space for the fact that this is very real. This is a very real journey. This is a very real time journey. And it's a very revealing journey. One thing about God is he is going to expose what's in your heart. And when it happens, it's not the prettiest sometimes, but on the end of it will be revelation. On the end of it will be a healing. On the end of it will be a new life, a new flesh, a new man, a new body, So, yeah. And in the comments, if there is any point that you resonated or any sentence in this that you resonated with, feel free to comment it down below. In the meantime, this is Autumn with Prayer Privilege. I will see y'all in the next episode.